In my last video, I wore 3 different black shirts. So in this video, I decided to grant y'all with this nice orange floral tee. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Kristin. In today's video, I will be walking through my July TBR and introducing a new segment to my channel that will be included in every single one of my videos from now on. If you watched my BookTube newbie tag video, you know that I'm a pre-med student currently studying for the Mcat. Since I am not quite yet a medical student, I have been trying to figure out how I wanted to implement medicine into my channel until I become a medical student, and I think I finally found what I want to do. After every video, we will have Medical Spotlight with Kristin G, where I will discuss a topic in the medical field or in the healthcare field in general. I want to use this platform to be able to talk about some of the topics that interest me in the healthcare field, as well as hear from you guys on what kind of topics that you want to learn more about as well. I will use this opportunity to research things that I already have some knowledge on and topics that I don't have knowledge on either, as a learning experience for all of us. This segment will occur at the end of my video, so if you're not interested in medicine or anything like that, you do not have to watch. You can click away, and thank you for watching whatever content that I have put out that day. But if you are interested, I would love to have you, and I would love to discuss different topics with you in my video and in the comments below. And today's segment will be discussing what the Mcat exam is that I'm currently studying for. What is the Mcat? What's on the Mcat? How long am I studying? How am I studying? All that good stuff. But first things first, July TBR. I plan on reading 5 books physically and listening to about 4 audiobooks throughout the month, and I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, knowing who I am, but we love an ambitious queen. The first book I plan on reading physically is New Moon by Stephanie Meyer. I am currently rereading the series with 2 of my best friends from high school in preparation for Midnight Sun. On this day that I'm filming, June 25th, I have not finished Twilight, and I'm pretty sure my friends have finished it, so I need to get on that so that I can be prepared to read New Moon when July hits. I love Twilight. I will always love Twilight. Yes, Twilight is problematic, but I have those nostalgic feelings towards the book, so I love it. I will always be down to reread Twilight. And of course, Team Jacob. You don't even need to ask me. It's Team Jacob all the way. The next book I have on my list of books to read physically is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, which is the first book in the Farseer trilogy. I was convinced to buy this book by Erin from Booked and Busy, who raves about it all the time. It's one of her favorite series. And so I just caved and bought all 3 books, and now I am going to buddy read it with Monet from Life as Monet and Maya from Simply Maya throughout the month of July. So I think it should be a fun time. I don't know too much about this book since I kind of bought it on a whim, but basically what I have been able to gather about the book is that it follows Fitz, who is a bastard son of a noble prince, and Fitz is treated as an outcast by everyone in royalty except for the king, who secretly trains Fitz in the arts of assassin. So it sounds pretty interesting. I'm, again, very excited to buddy read it. I will link Erin's, Monet's, and Maya's channels down below. You should definitely check them all out. Their content is amazing. The next book I have on my massive TBR is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Yes, I am doing it. I am reading this massive book, but good news is that I am also buddy reading this with Mick from Mickless Writes, which I will leave her channel linked down below. She is also awesome. I also really don't know anything about this book either. I am definitely a person who reads books for hype. If 1 to 5 people rave about a specific book, chances are I am going to pick up that book, even if I know not a darn thing about it. But I mean, with The Priory of the Orange Tree, I know that it involves like royalty, assassins, dragons. It has some LGBTQ rep, I believe. So it just sounds like it's gonna be a really good read. It's a fantasy. I love fantasy. It's a standalone fantasy, so I can just enjoy and be done and move on. So I think that sounds great. The last 2 books I plan to physically read in July are The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin and The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. And I am super duper excited to read those two books specifically. I have ordered the books, but they have not reached my house yet, which is why I cannot hold them up right now. But just know that they're coming, they're on their way, and Kristin is ready. These two books are also very hyped up in the booktube, especially right now. I feel like everybody is reading The Fifth Season and or The Poppy War. And so I just decided to hop on the bandwagon and join so that I can know what everybody's talking about, what everybody's raving about, so that I can read The Dragon Republic in time for the third book, The Burning God, which I believe comes out in November. I read the synopsis of both The Fifth Season and The Poppy War on Goodreads, and I'm confused, so I'm not going to attempt to give a summary of what the books are about. But by the time I finish reading those books, I will definitely come back for an in-depth review, an in-depth talk about my thoughts. Maybe I'll even do a vlog of one or both of the books to force myself to understand what's going on and to document my thoughts. Actually, I think I like that idea. I think I'm going to maybe every month, but definitely this month, I'm going to figure out if I can how to link a poll in the cards up below and have y'all vote for which one of my 5 physical reads that you want me to make a reading vlog about. I think that'll be super fun. So yes, please participate in my poll. If I figured it out, it will be linked in the cards above. If not, follow me on Twitter because then I'll do some sort of poll there. I barely know how I'm going to find the time to read 5 books physically, but to add to that, I have decided to put 4 audiobooks on my TBR as well. But that's because, you know, when I leave the house, but I really don't leave the house because we're quarantined. But when I go on runs for my workout, I definitely listen to audiobooks then, so maybe I can get some there. I did listen to You Should See Me in a Crown on my floor because it was just that good. So if the book is good, I will listen. So the first book I have on my list is going to be Black Girl Unlimited by Echo Brown, which I was recommended by, again, Monet from Life is Monet and Maya from Simply Maya. They both said it was super good. They both cried during the book, and I'm ready for an emotional read. I don't really cry in books, but maybe this one will be the one that makes me cry real tears. Black Girl Unlimited is basically the autobiography of author Echo Brown, but it's infused with magical realism. In the story, Echo Brown is a wizard and magic is everywhere. She lives on the east side, but goes to school on the west side where she's being mentored. She is just struggling to fit in onto both sides. Leaving the east side to attend the west side for school is very hard, so she faces depression, poverty, there's sexual violence, racism, sexism, so many hard-hitting themes in this book. I feel like it's going to really get to me. The second book I plan on listening to on audio is a must-read, and that is going to be Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. I absolutely adore Elizabeth Acevedo. I read With the Fire on High earlier this year and gave it 5 stars. It's one of my favorite books that I've read this year. And so I need to read Clap When You Land and The Poet X. Clap When You Land follows 2 girls who do not know that they are sisters until they both receive news that their father has died in a plane crash. They finally are introduced and they begin to develop a relationship as sisters. The book is written in verse, and I'm excited to read that because 1, it's going to be a quick and easy read, I believe, and 2, I haven't read any books in verse yet. I have not read Poet X, so I have not yet to experience that read, and I think it's going to be a great experience. I've just heard that it's very beautiful. Everybody has given it either 4 or 5 stars that I've seen, and I love Elizabeth Acevedo's writing. Book number 3 is Felix Ever After by Kristin G. I had wanted to read this for the Career Blackathon, but I ran out of time and didn't get a chance to read it, but I still want to really read it, so I've added it to my July TBR. Felix Ever After is about a Black, queer, transgender man. He desperately wants to know what it's like to be in love, but one day an anonymous student begins sending him transphobic messages, pictures of him before he transitioned. So Felix comes up with a plan for revenge. I love a good revenge story, and this sounds like the perfect one. Just think about a time where somebody has either bullied you, made fun of you, or just made you feel less than, and you wanted to do something about it. Maybe you didn't have the courage or the strength to face them and get your revenge, but I honestly don't feel like there's anything wrong with revenge, because some people just have it coming back to them. The last book on my TBR is going to be a fun one. It's going to be a reread of a book that I have read in the past already, and it is going to be Frostbite by Rochelle Mead, which is the second book in the Vampire Academy. I listened to the Vampire Academy on audiobook a couple months ago, and I just was thrown back into that world and reminded of why I loved it so much, and I need to continue on with my re-listen, reread of the books. If you don't know what the Vampire Academy series is about, we follow Alyssa Dragomir, who is a mortal vampire with special powers of harnessing the Earth's magic. She must be protected from the Strigoi, the evil vampires. Alyssa's best friend, Rose Hathaway, is a Dampier, half human, half vampire, and she is set to protect Alyssa at all time from the said Strigoi. Alyssa and Rose have run away from St. Vladimir's Academy, but they have been found and brought back to the Academy. They return to their schooling, but there is an evil presence in the school, and it's up to Rose and Alyssa to figure that out and, of course, save the day as always. So I'm very excited to dive back in to the second book. I don't remember too much about the series as I read it when I was younger, so it's like reading it for the first time again. So that wraps up all 9 books that I plan/hope to read in the month of July. I will be participating in the Reading Rush Readathon later on in July. I will link the announcement video down below if you're interested in hearing a little bit about what the Reading Rush is. Please remember to vote for which book you would like to see me vlog. And now it's time for my new segment, Medical Spotlight with Kristin. If you don't plan on watching, I'm going to say bye now, and thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. For those who are here to stay, let's head on to what the Mcat is all about. Ah yes, the Mcat, the bane of my existence, the reason I cannot read 24/7 like I want to. As you can see over here, the Mcat entails a lot of studying, a lot of practice passages, and a lot of crying. First off, what does Mcat even stand for? It stands for the Medical College Admissions Test that all students interested in applying to medical school must take before submitting their application. This is typically about an 8-hour exam tested online. It's multiple choice, and it's split into 4 sections. However, with COVID going around, new guidelines have been implemented. The test has been shortened to 5 hours and 45 minutes, and each section is shortened a little bit. The Mcat is required in the US and in Canada, but I'm not sure what the application process and what the requirements are in other countries for medical school. Topics that are tested on the exam are general chemistry, organic chemistry, biochemistry, physics and math, general biology, psychology and sociology, and CARS, or critical analysis and reasoning skills. So much information. It's basically all 4 years of my undergraduate wrapped into one huge test that determines my fate. I have been studying since last August when I took my first practice exam, but I seriously started studying after the semester ended. So the beginning of May, I started seriously studying, and it's been a ride, and lots of tears have been shed, lots of questions have been asked, but you know, I'm gonna take this test. It's gonna happen, it's coming, and I'm going to succeed because I'm working very hard. I took online classes with Princeton Review to review some of these topics that I might have forgotten. I'm using Khan Academy as a resource because they have a lot of free videos and practice passages there. I'm using UWorld, which is a very good platform for practice passages and practice questions, as that is the best way to study for this exam, is by practicing. There's no way I'm going to know all the information in all of these books, and so the best way to know what I need to know is by practicing and making lots of flashcards and studying all day, every day. It has definitely been hard to study during this pandemic and during the racial tension and the Black Lives Matter movement because I'm stuck at home, I'm staring at the same 4 walls every day, the coffee shops are closed, and it's just been a lot. So I can't wait to be done. I can't wait to get a job and be normal. So yeah, that's a basic overview of what the Mcat is. I hope that you don't feel too bad for me. because I feel bad for myself enough. So positive vibes would be great to get me through this trying time. Please let me know your thoughts on this new segment of my channel, if you like having a medical talk at the end of my videos, or if you'd rather have the medicine and the books be 2 separate videos. Let me know. I'm down for both options. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!